Hello friends, welcome to the Archer and Olive channel. My name is Elizabeth. You might know me as The Joyful Sojourn on Instagram and YouTube. And in today's video, we're going to be using items from the Spring 2026 quarterly subscription box themed spectacular to set up a new notebook. I'm going to be setting up this A5 notebook. And when I looked at the front and saw the framing, I thought it would be ideal for a monogram. Now, I thought I would risk this for everybody out there watching and stamp on the front, which is a cotton cover. The stamp did great, friends. I used the Legacy ink, and then on top of that black ink, I added an acrylograph pen. Now, the pen did bleed a little bit, but I love how the glitter stayed concentrated in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you can stamp on this cover if you want to. If you're starting a new notebook, you might want to consider doing what I do with the first dot grid page. 9 times out of 10, I'm turning it into a pocket because it's difficult to write on. It at least gives me some function. Now, to dress up the pocket, I grabbed the washi tape from the quarterly sub box. I love the Ticket washi tape. I don't know what it is, but it is just so texturally delicious. So I am running the washi tape across the entire length of what will be my pocket. Once the pocket is covered, I just trim off the excess, and then I grabbed stickers from the ephemera die cut pack and layered them on top of the washi tape. This is going to keep the washi tape down and add some extra layers. I still thought that the page was going to look a little bit too white, so I grabbed 2 pieces of pink paper from the A6 notepad in that quarterly sub box, and I glued it down to the top part of the page. And like I say in many of my videos, just hang in there with me. I know it looks a bit messy, but this will all come together in the end. The next thing I did was kiss cut around the stickers because why not? I could have a straight edged pocket, but wouldn't it be more fun if it followed the shape of the stickers? The craft knife I'm using today is from Archer and Olive. It performed beautifully on this washi material. And remember, you can use the code JOYFUL10 to save 10% off of your purchase. To finish off this left side, I'm just running washi tape along the seam of where the 2 sheets of A6 paper meet. I top it off with some stickers, and I call this page good to go. Oh, sweet niblets. No, we forgot something very important, and that is finishing off our pocket. To do that, just run a glue stick along the bottom of the page and the right side, and then when you pull your flap over and adhere it to that back page, you'll have a nice little pocket. Now, as I continue to use sub box items to set up this notebook, I do want to share with you what I'm planning to use this notebook for, and that will be clear as we keep going. Because I always like to have the first few pages of a new notebook be decorative, we're just going to the max. We are maximalists today, friends. I grabbed 2 stickers from the ephemera die cut pack, and I'm removing the backing on the widest and center part of these curtains so that they attach to another sticker that has a pattern on it. I didn't want to be able to see through the curtains, and so this creates a nice little peekaboo moment for whatever I want to put underneath. Now, you can use Scotch tape or washi tape to attach your sticker flap hybrid to the page, but I'm using tip-in tape, which is just a piece of tape that is split across the center with 2 separate backings, so you can fold it and place it back on itself. Now, while I make a cutout window on this page, I want to share with you how I'm going to be using this journal. A while back on Instagram, I saw a mom who had a shared journal between her and her daughter. The journal was tucked underneath her daughter's bed, and whenever she wanted to write something down, express a feeling or a challenge or hopes for her future, or maybe ask questions that she didn't quite feel comfortable asking in person, she'd write it down in the journal and tuck it back under her bed. Her mom would periodically check under the bed to see if there were any new notes from her daughter. If there were questions or she just needed encouragement, the mother would respond to the daughter in the journal and then put the journal back under the bed. Her daughter knew that that journal was a safe space, free from judgment and in complete confidence. Now, of course, I want to have in-person conversations with my daughter, and I want to cultivate a safe space for her, but there just might be times when she wants to let her heart out on paper, and I want to be a facilitator of that. I want her to know that writing is healthy and healing, and that she can come to me with anything, either on paper or in person. So while my daughter isn't old enough to write yet, I wanted to be intentional about pursuing this in our relationship. And so I'm setting up a shared journal, and what will come over the years will come. And I'm excited to see our lives unfold on paper, the story of us together, how we loved each other, how we supported each other, and create a keepsake that she can have when she's left the home. Now, I know not everybody has kids, not everybody has a daughter like I do, but I do think that a shared journal is a really cool concept and a great way to grow intimacy and to share notes and stories with friends and with family. Okay, now let's get back to the deco part. I really want these first few pages to be fun, colorful, and full. And the best way to do that here is running washi tape diagonally across the page, just stacking it up. If you are only using washi tape in straight lines, I want to encourage you to change things up. I love a diagonal washi. It is so nice. And when you add it with a straight washi on the same page, ooh, it is a perfect combo. You might be looking at this and thinking, whoa, that is too much. Just bear with me. It will come together in the end, I promise. And I also want to say that even though the first few pages are spectacular themed, the rest of this notebook doesn't have to be. I like changing things up. Every time you turn the page, you have an opportunity to create something fresh. So while it is themed at the beginning with the spectacular theme, I'm going to change it up however feels right to me with each passing page. Now it's time to put down some headers on a couple of these pages, and I broke out the acrylographs from the spectacular sub box. I gotta say, these colors really surprised me. When you see them in the box, they might not seem that exceptional, but when you use them in the exact sequence listed on the back of the box, the look is so good. So I think that's my new strategy moving forward. Whenever I buy a box set, I'm going to actually use them in the sequence listed on the back of the box. Now, this is definitely an extra, but if you're ever looking at a page and feeling like it looks blown out, or there's too much white space, or it doesn't feel finished or refined, add a border. Run a line along the outermost dot grid line, and it will make a difference. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can use a ruler if you want to. Here, I'm just free drawing with a few different colors from the acrylograph set. I do the same thing on the previous page just to add a little bit more structure, and it just helps fill things in. Usually when I'm doing a creative spread like this where it's not really holding functional information or lots of writing, I don't like a lot of white space, so I'm just doing whatever I can to fill in the page. There was a pretty significant piece of white space here, so I'm just adding another sticker from the ephemera pack. I've got a little extra white space on this 2-page spread, so I'm adding another sticker from the ephemera pack, and I'm adding a header to it. So I'm adding the word journal, and then just in free cursive, I'm writing together. So this is our journal together, Esther and Elizabeth. Now I'm just about done with these decorative pages to set the scene for our shared journal, but I totally forgot to decorate the front page, which is an essential for me. So I just laid down a piece of notepad paper, ripped it up, glued it down, layered it with some washi tape from the sub box, as well as some stickers. I did make a change to this off camera afterwards, and I'll insert a picture in just a moment so you can see what it looks like. But this whole process of setting up the notebook was actually quite humbling because I realized I have not been taking pictures of me and my daughter together. So if you are a mom, please let this be a reminder to make sure you are in the photos that you are taking of your children. All right, let's wrap things up. I stamped the front cover with a legacy ink and acrylograph. I did change the name page a little bit. Here you can see on the left what it looks like with photos. We created a little pocket on the left side for all your bips and bobs. And then just some fun deco elements with a little peekaboo photo and a little window that opens up to a photo of me and my daughter in front of a camel. We added some washi tape. We used the acrylographs for our headers, and our shared journal is done. All decorative items used today were from the Spring 2026 quarterly sub box from Archer and Olive. Make sure you're following me over on Instagram and YouTube. You can find me at The Joyful Sojourn. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.